They only attack you because you're getting recognized for loving kindness. Where if they had kept you in the illusion of manipulation, you wouldn't have seen through the masks, you wouldn't have seen through the veil, and you wouldn't have seen what they were actually doing to you through the coercion you into something was their tactic all along. Because you're coerced into something. But now that you're out here spreading love and kindness and standing on your intuition, standing on your psychic abilities, they can't use them threats and coercion on you no more, you see? Threats and coercion can only work when they attack your nervous system to make you to agree to something that's false. Fear is false evidence appearing real. And now you're starting to see all the false evidence appearing real of what they were trying to do to make you fall and come against you. But now that you're rising in your authenticity to help and support other people, they don't like that because you're being recognized, you're being seen in a different energy with love and kindness, putting your heart out there, helping others from the goodness and the greatness of your heart because it's love. Because love doesn't have any attachments. Unconditional love doesn't attach to anything or expect anything in return. It's unconditional. You get it? So that's why, because you know the knowledge and the wisdom to help other people to take back their power and their sovereignty, not through threat and coercion, because you understand free will, and they're trying to tell people that they don't have free will. Oh, we have free will to choose. We don't need to choose the corruption. We don't need to choose the governments. We need to choose our own divine sovereignty. And that's why they're all going, oh, we're a sovereign state. A sovereign state? A sovereign state, a state is to control the people. A government is to control the masses. So a sovereign state has nothing to do with a sovereign people. Because the people are the ones that vote people into power. But when we take our power back and don't vote for these corrupt officials and agents, we take back our true identity, our sovereign power, the living man, the living soul woman, living soul man, you see? Whereas before they were using threats and coercion to make you bow down to their corruption, their fear tactics, their manipulation. And that's why they were coming against you. Because they knew that you were fully awoken to the corruption that was going on through threat and coercion. And you're now bringing in a different energy. You're bringing in a divine sovereignty through unconditional love. Do no harm to another soul or living being or sentient being on the planet. If you're out here being conscious and living fully righteous to do no harm to another being, they don't have anything over you. Because you need a victim of a crime. You need a victim of a crime to charge you with anything. And if there's no victim of a crime, then they can't charge you with anything. Because it's all bullshit. It's all false. And that's what they don't like, because you're spreading that knowledge and that wisdom. You see? You're spreading the knowledge to help other people to free themselves and take back their sovereignty onto themselves. Not a sovereign state, not a sovereign government, because it doesn't exist. That's their lies and coercion and manipulation, trying to make you think, oh, it's a sovereign state. There is no sovereign state. Because the state is never sovereign. There's never a sovereign state. Only a people can be sovereign. A sovereignty to the crown is the crown on the top of your head. Not to the crown in England, not to the crown on the throne, because you are your own throne in the temples of the living source, and you're the crown that sits at the right hand side of the source in the brain. And your crown is on the top of your head. We've all got a crown. So that means we are a sovereign people, taking back our legitimate power, our legitimate sovereignty. And when you know thyself, they cannot come against you with threat and coercion. 444 when I said that. There's a lot of wisdom being put out into the ethers at this present time while they try to shut you up and stop you from speaking this divine mastery and truth that they've been hiding from you for so long. But it can't be hidden no more, because there's too many of us standing in the truth of sovereignty. We know the knowledge. We have the documents. We have our own documents. You want to fight paper with paper? We'll do that. But we don't even need to go there, because we're being consciously aware and choosing consciously our reality. And they didn't want you to wake up to that true power about conscious creation and conscious choices. You see? So you can travel anywhere in your conveyance. You can do anything as long as you're doing no harm to another living soul being. On their documents, it's called person, which is dead at sea. It's not that a person is not a real thing. Person is not real. It's all their English spells that they use against you through the birth certificate bullshit to threaten, coerce you. When you go into a court, are you allowed to speak? No. Why are you not allowed to speak? Because they're after your bonding paper, the birth certificate. That's why you need somebody to stand up for you, to represent you, because you're dead at sea through the birth certificate, because they're using your all caps names that they created, which is the person, not the living soul. That's why you represent yourself as the living soul, woman or man, womb man. You see? It's time to stand and honor yourself and love yourself and pour into yourself and stop giving into these governments and state controllers and agents. Because when the people take back their power, who's going to pay them? Who's going to pay their taxes? Who's going to pay government funding by the people when the people takes their power back? You get it? When the people become sovereign in themselves again, not bound down to a sovereign state, which is falsehood. Who's going to pay their taxes? Because taxes is fraud. Tax is fraud, and you don't realize that tax is fraud. Who said that you had to pay a tax? Who said that you had to pay the stuff? You came freely. You live freely. Acts, statutes, and codes is not law. Legal is undoing God's law. God didn't send you down here and say, oh, you have to go down there and pay your taxes. Did he? No. So pull yourself out of the system. Pull yourself out of the system. Take your power back by your conscious choice. Choosing consciously to live in your own authenticity and sovereignty. And stop playing into the wicked schemes. If anybody wants to book in with us for your sovereignty and how to do your sovereignty and take back your sovereignty, book in with us and find out the knowledge and the truth so that you can take your power back. Because this isn't just for one person, this is for everyone. To be free from the corruption and the system, paying mortgages that's already been paid through the bonding paper, birth certificate, social security number, the tax identification number, the Tin Man. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the money. The Tin Man is the tax identification number. Wake up, people. Wake up and take back your power. And don't be like the lion in The Wizard of Oz that didn't have the courage to take their power back. Take your control back. Be courageous enough to say no and stop playing into their fearful tactics. Because that's all they have is fear and coercion and threats. Which is manipulation, and it doesn't work anymore. Because we're mastering ourselves and mastering our consciousness at this present time. This is what mastery is. Transmuting their darkness so that their corrupt and belligerent systems have to fall. You know where we are if you want to book in. We love you. But you need to love yourself. You need to love yourself and stop bowing down to a prostitute system that wants to rob you, steal from you, and kill you. Rise up and come together in united consciousness, not fighting or warring or protesting. Arm in arm in love.